All right, man, so we got a nice calm morning for now. The wind's supposed to pick up in a little bit. We're supposed to get some rain, another cold front rolling through. So I decided there's this lake that I've driven past a number of times, and I finally figured a way to weasel my way in here. So new lake, new body of water. We're gonna try and just paddle around. It's not that big, as you can see. It's just a big circle. We got some eelgrass down here, fairly clear water. Some other grass, you know, built up, lining the shoreline. So hopefully we can get in some bass in here. I know nothing about this place. I just know it's a new spot to try, and so that's what we're gonna get started with. Looks like sand bottom. Again, pretty clear water. So grabbed an A-rig. I figure we'll start with that. See if we can't turn some luck on. Oh, there's one. There we go. Oh, he's a little guy, but there's a bite. Oh man, he's a little guy. So I was paddling up, and the wind's starting to pick up, and I was paddling up to the calm side, and I figured we'd start over there. And we paddled over some submerged pondweed that was growing up towards the surface, so I decided to stop and make a few casts. Caught that little guy. So we'll chuck out there and see if there's more fish hanging out right here. There's one. There we go. Another little guy, looks like. All right, a little bigger. Just a hair bigger than the first. We might be figuring something out here. So now that I've paddled out to what I thought was the outside line, I'm actually in a kind of a channel between grass lines. So as long as we stick around this grass, we should be good. Oh, there's one. There's one. Oh man. Ooh, that's a skinny looking one. Not quite a healthy beast we want, but a touch longer than the last couple. Man, he is sickly looking. Good luck to that guy. Oh, here we go. There we go. Another little guy. Catching fish, just not the big ones. But I'll take it on a new lake. We dropped in, you know, just a few minutes ago, and we already figured something out, which is good. There is a lot of grass in this lake too. The Navionics showed that there were some good depths and stuff, and it's hard to tell, but this grass is definitely growing up in the depths, so should be a lot of good cover, a lot of good fish in here. Okay, so I forgot to turn the camera on, but we switched gears. I came up shallow and tied a fluke on, and I just tossed it right at that edge of those lily pads. First cast we got bit, and this fish is definitely the biggest one so far, so we'll definitely, there's plenty of the curly leaf pondweed up here in the shallow area too, so we might stick around the shallow for a little bit, see what happens. Not too shabby. There's one. There we go. All right, there's another one. Another one on the A-rig. So we basically got the wind kind of pushed us to the other side of the lake. I'm not seeing as much pondweed, but we're seeing a ton of hydrilla down there. So same principle, just throwing the A-rig over some submerged grass. I fished it around some hydrilla on the other side and didn't get bit, but I just got that guy, so we'll stick with it. Oh wow, holy shnikes. The smallest fish of today so far. Look at that little guy, little fingerling. So basically we kind of went back to the same side of the lake. It was the calmer side that we started on, and I kept throwing the A-rig around, but the line got tore up and I didn't feel like retying it, so I kind of put a lipless on. And now we're just fan casting out in the middle, kind of dredging the middle, popping this around. And I just want to get a gauge of, you know, maybe where the grass begins and ends and stuff. It's a great way to find out is throw something with treble hooks on it. And lucked out, got a little bite. There's one. There we go. Yeah, another little guy. There's another little guy out here in the open. We're definitely in some deeper hydrilla. Oh, easy, buddy. Ripping this lipless free in this submerged hydrilla. We're pretty deep right here, so it's kind of dropping down, and I'm just kind of slow reeling it down there and popping it up whenever I feel it get hung. That fish came right by the kayak, right as I was reeling my bait in. Probably followed it up. There's one. There's a little shallow fish. Another little guy on the fluke. So the wind is getting out of control. So I decided to kind of push into the shoreline. That would be the calmest, where we dropped in, and just throw a little shallow. Today we've managed to catch fish everywhere. Shallow, mid-water, and grass, and deep, just out in the middle. So they're everywhere doing a lot of things, feeding up on small bait fish. Makes it fun because you can catch a bunch of them. We just have not lucked into that big bite today. And I'm sure, given the amount of eelgrass and hydrilla and pondweed that's in this lake, that there are definitely some big fish hiding in there, but we just didn't luck out and cross paths with any today, which is no big deal. First time in a new lake, get to check it out, catch some fish, always a good time. No complaints. There's another one. Oh, is this a little bit better? Yeah, just a hair. Another little guy.